Charles and Queen Camilla are getting ready for the 22-hour flight from London to Sydney right now, and a medical team will be travelling with him. We're joined now by Today medical expert, Dr. Nick Coatsworth. Hey, Doc, nice to see you this morning. Look, he's been receiving ongoing cancer treatment for the past 8 months. Pretty long flight.
Yeah, Carlos, I mean, it does raise some sort of interesting speculative questions about what King Charles' treatment might be. But I mean, obviously any sort of chemotherapy, and there can be sort of long-term chemotherapy for cancers, that's going to knock people around. And when you've got a flight across the globe down into the southern hemisphere, you can sort of understand why he might be suspending his treatment. Of course, most patients with cancer in Australia don't get to travel with 2 doctors and their own supply of blood, so there's sort of a limit to the analogy we can draw for and the messages we can draw for patients here in Australia. But you know, I think it's great that he's able to make the trip, and he's obviously in a state of health that's going to enable him to do that.
Well, I guess he wants to continue life as best he can, and he's got the means to be able to bring 2 full-time doctors with him, as you mentioned, and a supply of blood. You mentioned the speculation about the treatment and type. What sort of speculation is out there? What can we glean?
Well, I think it's super difficult for the King. We know that the royal family is very protective of their health information, as we all are. So I'm not going to say exactly what I think about what cancer he's got. But it's this difficult situation to say that, well, he's clearly got one and he's clearly on therapy, and then there's a limited number of therapies that you have to take for a long period of time, and then you start to speculate about why he might not be taking them in Australia and Samoa, and you start looking for the chemotherapy drugs that cause heat intolerance, and very quickly you start to narrow the funnel, Carl. But I think the message for Australians is, as you said, you can keep going when you're on cancer treatment, and the King is showing us, albeit his resources are extensive, he's showing us that he wants to continue his duties, and he wants to continue as successful and fulfilling life as he possibly can. And I think that's a great example to send. He's always been a great example to cancer sufferers since his diagnosis.
Hear, hear. Good on you, Doc. Thank you so much.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my goodness, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
That never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?
Always happens.